Call Lord, just call Lord Yahweh. It's a lot. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. That's what this word really calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. His brother Anathan Yah from the Israel camp. Come on, another quick lesson. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who were willing to teach well. Shout out to the head of the Men of Israel camp, Brother Kazak, whom I teach under. And shalom to the hopeful elect out here on the four corners, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this word and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few aqua out there watch and believe. As you see, it's coming with an article. It says the global food crisis just got a whole lot worse. You know, going into this famine that the Lord is going to put upon this earth, man. You know that Jacob's trouble will see. You know, this is part of the judgments that the Lord is sending out, you know, on Israel and also the heathen as well, you know, because the Lord is coming back to judge planet Earth, man. And ultimately, this is going to lead to drastic measures, man. You know, this is going to lead to uproars. This is going to lead to, you know, chaotic. What's the word? Just the chaotic downfall of people's comfortability and sanity, you know, in Babylon, where people are going to wake up and realize that, hey, this is the Lord, this is God, you know, this is the Most High. These things aren't happening, you know, for no reason. It says it appears that the global food crisis that started in 2022 is going to go to an entirely new level in 2023. So next year, you know, Apostle Tahar said, you know, 2022 is the year of the turn up, man, and we've seen that. And it may have kind of slowed down a little bit towards here at the end, but it's definitely going to be something to look forward to next. Well, it's definitely going to be something to keep watch on next year, man, because it said it's going to go to an entirely new level, man. So we know that Russia and Ukraine are at war, and Ukraine is one of the biggest countries that produces wheat, you know, grains and stuff that basically goes into everything that we eat, man. Solely bread, not just bread, but other foods as well, but mostly bread. You know, wheat is contains a lot of our food that we consume on a daily, man. And you know, the scriptures talk about how the Lord will send a famine among us, and that's one of the signs that we need to be, you know, aware of, man, that because it's coming, man. It says, and as I have been documenting on my website, worldwide supplies of food have been getting tighter and tighter for months. Historic droughts have been crippling food production all over the northern hemisphere. Much less fertilizer is being used in poorer countries because of how insanely expensive it has become, and the war in Ukraine has restricted the flow of agriculture exports out of one of the most important bread baskets on the entire planet. So Ukraine is one of the most important wheat producing, you know, basically basket producing country on the planet. Yeah, at least 70% of our food, you know, comes from there. It says thankfully a deal that was signed in July had allowed hundreds of ships loaded with precious grain to travel through the war zone successfully. Now that deal is completely dead, and the Russians have resumed their blockade of Ukrainian ports. So you see what the Lord is doing through Russia, man. Now he's stopping the, you know, the ports from receiving and anything going in and out. You know, so what does that do? That cripples the food. That cripples the amount or the production of food or certain goods that we would normally eat, man. You know, It says Russia resumed its blockade of Ukrainian ports on Sunday, cutting off urgently needed grain exports to hungry parts of the world in what President Biden called a really outrageous act. Biden, speaking in Wilmington, Delaware, warned that global hunger could increase because of Russia's suspension of a UN brokered deal to allow safe passage of ships carrying grain from Ukraine, one of the world's bread baskets. See? That could increase global hunger. It's not just talking about the specific areas and where the food is going. This is a global thing, man. This is the entire planet. All nations will be affected by this. Some will just be affected sooner than others, you know. And the Babylon, America and the elite, they do a good job of, putting a facade forth to make it look like nothing's happening in Babylon, man, America. But little do we know that behind the scenes, a lot of this stuff is really information is really being put out. But it's such a fucking veil over this place, so much wickedness over this place that the masses are indulged in, that they're not paying attention, man. They're not considering. They're not considering it at all, man. You know? And this is something serious, man. Famine is coming, man. You know, that's famine. To die by starving is horrible deaths, man. You know? Let me get the scripture to see. I think it's Ezekiel. Hold up. What is it? Ezekiel. I think it's 7. $15. It says the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And that's right. That's what's coming, man. That's what's coming, man. This is just a little famine update to show you that this is real, man. It's happening and it's coming. And 2023 is right around the corner, man. And a lot of the masses don't have an idea of what's going on, man. A lot of Israel doesn't know what's going on, man, and they're gonna be affected. It's gonna basically come out of nowhere and hit them, man. It's gonna be like a smack in the face to them, man. They're not gonna know what to do. They're not gonna know what to do in this time, man. This is not something that the Lord is saying. Is anything that the word says, man, it's gonna come to pass, man. And we've been getting signs, and we're out here warning the people, but they despise us, man. We're despised, man. That's why the scriptures say the foolish, what is that? Confound. That's why he says in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and 27, but God have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Why? Because we're out there, speaking wisdom, and they don't know what type of level of wisdom that, we're speaking, or anything that, we're speaking, and not even that they know, they don't consider to know, and they're just confounded. We're out there doing what we need to do, what we're commanded to do, and what we have faith to do, man, to seek out the elect. Let me go back. Let me see. Let me go back to Ezekiel again. And I read another article earlier that said it's a newborn tick disease that is attacking the cattle. You cut off the cattle, what? Lack of meat. So the Lord is doing these things, man. Let me see. This is Ezekiel 14:13. Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. And like I said, I came across that article with the newborn tick disease that's attacking cattle, and they're dying off fast. Not being able to be produced and eaten. You see what the Lord said here? He said, it will send famine upon it, and will cut man and beast from it. You see? So, this famine is real, man. So real that we know that this is gonna be the worst time that the earth has ever seen, right? There's gonna be none like it. Okay, so with that, having that in mind, as a it's a lot. Where do I want to go? Second Kings, I think. Yeah. There's a story in Second Kings where it's showing how famine was in the days of old, man. And if famine resulted to cannibalism in the days of old, then how much more in the latter days? So that means we're gonna see it again, man. And I'm gonna bring it out. Hold on, let me find. Let's see. I'm gonna start at 21. No, I'm starting at 20. It says 2 Kings 6:20, and it came to pass when they were coming to Samaria, Elisha said, Yahweh opened the eyes of these men that they may see. And Yahweh opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, when he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he answered, thou shalt not smite them. Wouldest thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink, and go to their master. And he prepared great provision for them. And when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away. And they went to their master. So the bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. Verse 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria. So this is about to explain how serious the famine was in Samaria. And keep in mind that these are the days of old, man. These are the days of old that we're speaking about. And now we're coming upon the famine that's going to be placed upon planet Earth in the latter days now, in the days, towards the days of wrath, towards the return of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So it says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 4 coarse pieces of silver. That's a donkey's head. Was sold for 4 pieces of silver, man. And back then that was a lot. That's I think that's almost like $400. But if I may be wrong, it's a lot. And it says the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So a bird shit was sold for 5 pieces of silver, which, like I said, I think it means $500, today. But that's a lot of money back then. But the point was, someone was buying bird shit. That's how bad the damn famine was, man. They were buying bird shit, man. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, out of the winepress. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today. You see? They are having conversations about eating each other's children. And we will eat my son tomorrow. A trade for a trade. So she's giving up. She's saying, hey, let's eat your son today, and we'll eat mine tomorrow, man. Look at the drastic measures of the famine then. So you already know the famine that's coming is going to be 1,000,000 times worse, man. Verse 29, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. So the lady brought her son. The lady brought her son to be boiled and eaten. They ate her son. And then the next day she hid hers, man. You see the type of times they were in? What's that scripture? The love of many shall wax cold, man. Everyone from themselves. And that's why we got to have a spiritual discernment in these times to discern. I'm not saying we're going to be engaging in cannibalism, but cannibalism will be here. But you got to have the spirit to discern anybody that come across you in these days, man. You can't just let anybody come under your household or just period. You gotta have that spiritual discernment to see who ain't right, man. Because you don't know if you letting a cannibal in your house, and it could be Zion, it could be Jake, it could be of Israel, and you might think that, hey, they just cool, they on the run, they trying to be, they might be planning it, man, to steal your kids, eat your kids, man, or eat you. You know? This is the times that we're gonna be in, man. That's why the scriptures talk about, hey, the evil, it being an evil time that we're in. Hold on. But what does he say? My servant shall eat. For the elect, you know, for the hopeful, for the elect, man. The hopeful elect, if we're a part of that number. It's Isaiah 65, yeah. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna be able to eat. We're gonna be taken care of, man. It says Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Yeah, right, man. You ones that despise the prophets and despise this word, man, despise the truth, y'all are gonna be hungry, starving. Maybe having the result to cannibalism, man. Said, my servant shall eat, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed, man. And that's right. In that evil time, man, we're going to be taken care of, man. We're going to be taken care of, man. See? But what they will be ashamed. But look, Psalm 37:19 said, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied, man. And he's talking about the elect. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh shall be as the fat of lamb. They shall consume into smoke, and they shall consume away. And that's right, man. It's gonna be some horrible deaths coming in the days of old, man. You know? With that, man, I'm just gonna end it, man. That's just a little famine update. Shalom, until next time.